Now, the circle of influence is something that I first learned about when we both, well, Jim, you've read it a few times, I think, but we read the book Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and the circle of influence is in there. And I thought it was quite a good topic for us to talk about. Now, for those of you that don't know, the circle of influence is something that I think, do you know, in day to day, everybody worries, everybody has worries, and it's a kind of natural part of life and things. However, when people start to worry too much, it can become quite overwhelming, make it quite hard for people to move forward and progress in what they're doing, and that's where the circle of influence comes in handy. And we're going to try and talk about as much as we can today, and of course a lot of other things that will go with that. Jim, the circle of influence, do you remember this from the book, Stephen Covey's book?
Probably not. and it's well, I wouldn't. It's primarily because I've read that many books since then. One I'm reading now actually is Legacy by James Kerr, Legacy, which is about the All Blacks and how they're such a successful rugby team, and why the reason is that. So that's one of the ones I'm reading now. But yeah, I'll come back to this at some point, somewhere, at some point in time.
I know, well, yeah, but I think it's quite a good tool to use, especially when you're trying to not be overwhelmed and let all the day-to-day things kind of take over. And when you let go of all those things that you can't control, this is where the circle of influence comes in handy, because you can't control everything, and some people try and do that, and instead kind of shift your focus into the positive changes you could make into the things that you can change, and then you'll find yourself a lot more motivated and even, you know, physically healthier, and, you know, it's easier to learn about these things and by using the circle of influence method, and how to use it to make your life happier and more productive. I think ultimately it's probably the ultimate goal for most people. So then the question is, I think probably a lot of you ask, what is the circle of influence? So the circle of influence refers to everything that an individual can influence, but not necessarily control, as I said. So examples of that might include, you know, we talk a lot about habits and habitual behavior and things as well, skills and personal growth, and a lot of work-related matters and things as well in people's day-to-day jobs, your relationship, your personal relationships, your health, and just that immediate environment around any person, and the things that you could try and keep control of to make yourself a lot more productive and in a better state of mind.